Hello everybody, I'm Siddhi and I would like to welcome all of you to my first ever read aloud session at Coco and Pam. I'm a little nervous and this is my first time, so bear with me. The book that I've chosen for reading today is by one of my favorite children's book authors, that is Julia Donaldson. But no, I'm not doing Gruffalo today, I'm doing a different book. The Detective Dog is by Julia Donaldson and it is illustrated by the super talented Sara Ogilvie. We've got beautiful illustrations in there. So I'll be reading it aloud today, and so I just want you all, especially the kids, to go find a nice place, your favorite place, take your favorite toy to cuddle and sit back and enjoy. The Detective Dog by Julia Donaldson, illustrated by Sara Ogilvie. Now you can see that we've got a little dog of our own who's joining us for this read. And let's go on inside to see the name of this dog. It looks a little bit like a dog over here, doesn't it? Brown and white? Ah, look at these colorful pictures now. There once was a dog with a keen sense of smell. She was known far and wide as Detective Dog Nell. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Time after time, Nell the detective solved crime after crime. Ooh, here is a dog who loves to sniff around. Who threw the hazelnuts down the trees? Who took the honey away from the bees? Who did the poo on the new gravel path? And how did the spider get into the bath? Sniff, sniff, sniff. With a wag of her tail, Nell the detective was hot on the trail. Come on, children. Let's also sniff and try to smell like Nell. Can you smell something? I smell something delicious in my kitchen. What about you? Is mommy making something? Nell shared her house with a person called Peter, a very nice child, though he could have been neater. And 6-year-old Peter was one of those boys who kept on mislaying his clothes and his toys. Sniff, 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 nose to the ground. These are the things the detective dog found. The bus in the bowl and the book in the bed, the sock in the sofa and the shoe in the shed, the tumble down teddy, the bounce away ball. Nell the detective discovered them all. My goodness, this little boy certainly is very messy and forgetful. I wonder how that ball went into the potty. I hope none of you children are like this little Peter. I hope all of you children keep your toys in their proper place so that you can find them, they don't get lost, and they don't break, and you can get them whenever you want to play. Now, Nell did detection from Tuesday till Sunday, but did something totally different each Monday. She found Peter's bag and she tracked down her lead. Then she set off for school where she heard children read. The children loved reading their stories to Nell, and Nell loved to listen and also to smell. Sniff, 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 mixed in the air were plasticine, custard, and newly washed hair. The crusts in the bin and the coats on the hooks, but the best smell of all was the smell of books. See, children, there are so many little children just like you who are reading books. And there are lots of books stacked up in these shelves. This little girl is selecting one. This little girl is keeping the books again. And our friend Nell the dog is happily sniffing in the air. Books about dinosaurs, books about knights, books about planets and meteorites, books about princes who turned into frogs, books about dragons, roar, and books about dogs, woof woof. Have you tried smelling a book? It really is nice, not just to Nell. Try it. Pick up especially a new book. But then came a Monday when all was not well. Nell sniffed the air. She smelled the wrong smell. Can you see her smelling? She doesn't look very happy, does she? Oh, everybody seems to be looking sad. Into the classroom the two of them hurried and found Mr. Jones looking terribly worried. This seems to be Mr. Jones, oh, he does look worried indeed. He tugged at his hair and he let out a sigh. Peter looked around and he started to cry. What was going on? The books, cried out Peter. The books have all gone. Everyone is so sad. Can you show me how to make a sad face? All my books are gone. That would definitely make me sad. Can you see the shelves, children? All the shelves are empty. And the children are all so sad. I wonder where the books are gone. Nell gave a growl when she heard the bad news, but then she started sniffing and searching for clues. Sniff, sniff, sniff. On the bookshelf, a cap. The thief must have dropped it, the terrible chap. Look, she's running. Nell sniffed the cap. Then she tugged on her lead. And woof! She was off at an astonishing speed. Everyone followed Detective Dog Nell. She stopped at the traffic lights. What could she smell? Can you see? She's sniffing in the air. She can smell something. Sniff, sniff, sniff. Haddock and hay, pizza and penguins, and further away, the smell of the thieves. And how very exciting! Thousands of pages, all covered in writing. Yes, Nell can smell the books and the thieves as well. Ooh, now this is a colorful page indeed. Let's see where Nell is taking everybody. Then woof, they were off, with no time for a stop, past the farm and the zoo and the takeaway shop. They raced through a field where the rabbits smelled good, then over a golf course and into a wood. Can you see, children? Nell's nose is so strong. The thief is so far, but still he can smell. They're going round and round the entire town. Let's see if he finds him. They thrashed through the underground, leafy and dense, till they came to a gate in an old wooden fence. Then Nell started growling and pricked up an ear. She barked, and that bark meant the thief is in here. Woof! Woof! Who is this? They flung the gate open, and Peter cried, Look! For there sat a man with his nose in a book. There were many more books poking out of a sack, and the children yelled, Those are our books! Give them back! Sniff, sniff, sniff. The book thief looked sad. I'm sorry, he sniffled. I know I've been bad. Stealing is wrong, but I just meant to borrow. I was planning to give all the books back tomorrow. To borrow? To borrow? Nell pricked up an ear. She barked, and that bark meant, I have an idea. Woof! Then woof, she was off, and away they all sped, including the book thief, who told them, I'm Ted. Sniff, 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 they raced through the wood and over the field where the rabbits smelled good. They panted and puffed past the takeaway shop, the zoo and the farmyard with never a stop, except to retrieve Peter's scarf and his ball, which someone had thoughtfully placed on a wall. Peter really is very careless with his things, isn't he? Till they came to a building with doors open wide. And what did they see when they all went inside? Where is Nell taking everybody? Whoa! Look at this! Thousands of books from the floor to the ceiling. The books gave the thief the most heavenly feeling. He gazed in amazement. Where am I? He said. And Peter replied, In the library, Ted. You can join if you want to. There isn't a fee. And then you can take lots of books out for free. Look at this beautiful library. Wow! Isn't that wonderful, children? A place where there are lots and lots of books to choose from. You can take one, read one, and then get a new one after you finished it. So Ted has a lovely new library card and he sits reading books in his little black backyard. You see, he's taken so many books, he's borrowed them from the library. But yes, children, you do have to give them back. And when it's Monday, Detective Dog Nell visits the school with a wonderful smell. Sniff, 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 with a faraway look. She smells and she listens to book after book. Books about dinosaurs, books about knights, books about planets and meteorites. Books about princes who turn into frogs. Books about dragons. And books about dogs. Woof woof! Look at all these books. All the old books and a new one as well. The story of daring detective dog Nell. The end. Yes, Nell indeed was a very brave dog, wasn't he? Woof! Yes, you were. Yes, he was. He found the book thief and he made him happy too. So guys, I hope you like my read aloud. I hope your children liked it too. The reason why I chose this book as my first was because it's by my favorite children's book author, and it's about children, about dogs, and about everybody loving books. And that's the best combination of all. Bye-bye.